Let's talk about Insidious out of the Further movie. The story follows a mother and her young daughter. Because the mother can communicate with some dark paranormal forces lurking in the astral projection realm, she lives a pretty eerie, unsettled life. The little daughter gets terrified watching her and at one point ends up witnessing her mother die right before her eyes. Fast forward, the little girl grows up. But once she becomes an adult, those same creepy, otherworldly forces start communicating with her as well as it did with her mom. Now the questions are, why is this happening? Why are these entities talking to her daughter just like they did to her mother? What do they actually want from the girl? And what is the exact connection between the further and these two? That is pretty much the core plot. If you're asking whether you can watch this movie as a standalone without watching the previous parts, the answer is a hard no. You definitely need to watch at least the first part, ideally the first two, to get a grip on the characters, the lore, what the further actually means, and what the astral plane is all about. After the last installment of the Insidious series called Red Door, we were ready to swear off the franchise entirely, thinking, nope, never touching an Insidious movie again. But once we sat down in the theatre, it was a relief to realize this wasn't just rehashing the old hero or the old family from the past parts. They completely rebooted it, taking just the core concept and dropping a brand new family into the mix. Even after watching it, you still feel like there's some steam left in this franchise. The movie actually features a bunch of fresh, well-executed scenes. The climax had a massive twist that nobody saw coming, and they sprinkled neat little plot twists all over the place to keep things engaging. For example, the puppy scene with villain police boyfriend searching for the third dead body, words repeating toy scene. On the flip side, they take forever to actually get into the main story. It's a relatively short film, but since everyone already knows what Insidious is, and let's face it, watching it as a standalone was already ruled out, skipping the slow build and diving straight into the meat of the story would have saved us some pain. Instead, it drags its feet for the first half hour, which gets pretty tiring until the main villain finally gets introduced. To sum it all up, if you are an Insidious fan or someone who genuinely enjoys horror movies, you can easily go watch this. But if newcomers want to jump in, they really need to brush up on parts 1 and 2 to feel any connection. If you've seen those and actually vibe with the astral projection concept of this universe, you'll find this to be an okay-ish watch. Fans of the franchise will enjoy it decently well, honestly. The only real tragedy is that we haven't had any genuinely good ghost movies lately, which somehow makes this one look much better than it actually is. That's all about Insidious. Let's meet in another movie review video like this. Bye-bye.